Not the first time, not the last time, but I'll try to keep my energy up as much as possible. That was one of the most incredible World Series games you're ever going to see. Dodgers 6, Blue Jays 5, 18 innings. These guys were deadlocked. They basically won a complete game without scoring. And it's actually very ironically sinks because they tied the longest World Series game ever, maybe postseason two, I think. Um, Excuse me if I'm missing facts. It is 3 in the morning, but I'm trying my best. So they go 18 innings like they did in 2018 when the Dodgers beat the Red Sox in 18, and Max Muncy walked it off. Although that did not end well for the Dodgers. The Red Sox, I think, won out of 5 games. I want to say it might have been the only game the Dodgers won, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But um, Dodgers are up 2-1 now, so they're in a better spot than they were back then. And the Blue Jays are kind of in panic mode now. They empty out their whole bullpen. Literally, they pitched 9 guys. Eric Lauer really held it down. He gave them every shot they needed to win. The Blue Jays just couldn't execute when they needed to. So many crazy things happened in this game. I'm not going to do a whole recap because it's like too much stuff to cover. But Alejandro Kirk had a 3-run homer. That was big. And there was a sac fly by Jimenez. And then fifth one, I'm drawing a blank. How were the Blue Jays tied up? Oh, it was Bo Bichette. Got it. It was Bo Bichette with that single that Vladdy scored on from first with that weird carom. But then Tommy Edman throws out like every third to end an inning. And then he throws out David Schneider at home by a lot. And Teo got the ball in quick to him. David Schneider was moving like he had a piano on his back, and he was nowhere close to being safe. I think the Blue Jays were just hoping it was going to be a bad throw or two. It didn't happen. So that's kind of where things went wrong for them a little bit. But an extra inning just did not hit. And it just was not good enough. And you had Clyde come in, and this guy has not even pitched that much. And he's never, I think this is the most outings he ever threw in a series, I believe, and ever actually, because he threw 70 pitches. He goes 4 shutout innings. You get a Clayton Kershaw appearance in this. He gets a big out as well. Thanks to anyone who's in here at all. I know it's late, even the 38 I see on Twitter. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to share other places if anyone's awake, probably, but you never know, I guess. So, do I think the Blue Jays are done? I would have to say probably. I won't fully count them out, but it's not looking good. That's for sure. And I didn't even talk about Shohei Ohtani yet somehow, and I feel like that's a disservice to the man, the myth, the legend, the unicorn, the two-way star, the best player in the game, hands down, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, what more can you say? The guy reaches base 9 times tonight. That ties an MLB record. He gets a postseason record of 8. And he hits 2 bombs. He has 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. Like, obviously, they don't win the game without him. And he gets walked 4 times in extra innings. Yes, one, two, three, four, intentionally. Pretty sure that's never happened before in the playoffs. Some regular season, maybe like Barry Bonds or something. But in the playoff game, I doubt that. And then you have, then the fifth time that he gets it, it's actually an organic walk. But who knows how much of him trying to pitch him in that spot. So that's what's going on now. But I know it's absolutely crazy. I held true to my commitment. I said I would do this, and I'm gonna do it still. I'm not gonna go super long, obviously, because it's 3 in the morning. But I will give my 2 cents the best I can, and we'll go from there. I mean, look. Look. Honestly, like, it was an incredible baseball game. It really was. And there's so many things that you could take from this. Like, first of all, the way the both teams battled was absolutely incredible. The defense was spotty on both sides at times, but then it came up big when it had to. Look at Vladdy Guerrero making that throw to get Teo out at third base. Vladdy played a pretty solid game. Not he definitely would have wanted to be better considering everything that happened, but I still believe that he did decently, all things considered. I mean, look, he actually scored from first on a tough play. He also then he also had a good throw, like I said. 2 singles. You probably want more from him. I don't think there was any doubles involved, but He didn't have that big power swing they kind of needed in a few spots. Um, so, I mean, look, he'll be fine, but there is actually something. It's so crazy. I'm not going to say I forgot about it, but it kind of got lost in the sauce here. And another reason why the Blue Jays lost was because their extra inning lineup was like putrid. You had Miles Straw in there who couldn't even get a bunt down, number one. You had IKF in there who was nowhere near as good as Bo Bichette, number two. You had the backup catcher in there, number three. And then number four, you had a combination of Ty France and Davis Schneider in there for George Springer, who got hurt. Now, Springer going down is a huge problem. And if he has to miss any time, the Blue Jays are screwed. And I think they're done regardless after what happened tonight. Like, this was a game they really had to win because think about what's lined up against them tomorrow. You have Shohei Ohtani coming off an incredible game, and you know how well he hit when he was pitching last time. They don't even want to pitch to him, and he's going to be pitching tomorrow. So that's a double-edged sword there. Then they're going to have Shane Bieber, who to me is not that great right now in the postseason. Look, I mean, he had one good start against Seattle. He had a bad start against the Yankees. He had a bad start against Seattle. And do you expect him to shut the Dodgers down tomorrow? I don't. I'm just being realistic here. Like, I'm not even saying I want the Dodgers to win because honestly, I really don't. But like, I think it's inevitable. Like I said, like, so I mean, I don't know what to really say after what I saw, except for the fact that the Blue Jays better find a way tomorrow somehow, because if they go down 3-1, the odds of them winning three straight against the Dodgers are not great. So I don't know how they're gonna respond, but they better. And if they don't respond, then it was a good run for them. Look, I mean, they made it far. They were the top seed in the American League. They earned the right to be in the World Series. They played a strong game one. Not as great. Game two, they had them tooth and nail, and then they blew it late with Gausman and a few other things. Game three, they really had them tooth and nail. But and they had the lead a few times. It was back and forth. It was a very good game. Like, I'm trying to think who else. Freeman had another RBI before the walk-off. He had an RBI single. So Ohtani had a homer. Teo had a homer too. Let's not forget about Teo. So Teo had a bomb. He got himself going. I think he had like 2 or 3 hits as well. He kind of came close late too. Will Smith came close late too. So like the Dodgers are kind of humming. Edman had a double late. Kike was kind of quiet and he gets pulled. And like Pages, I would have left him in actually to face Little or whoever that lefty was because he hits lefties well. That's the one thing Pages can do. He can hit lefties well, but they wanted to go with Cole, and he popped up. But Rojas was also in the fold, too. So he got a bunt down to what he had to do tomorrow. So, like, let's talk about this bullpen usage. The Dodgers emptied out their entire bullpen to the point that Yamamoto was going to come into this game. Yamamoto was getting hot and heavy. He was ready if Klein faltered. And if the Dodgers did not win in 18, Yamamoto was going to pitch the 19th inning. Now, is it advisable? Probably not. But is it better than forfeiting the game and giving a position player in there? Absolutely. Now, I do wonder why they wouldn't go to Blake Snell instead of Yamamoto. Because Yamamoto was on 1-day rest, basically. And Snell would have been on 2. I think they're probably worried that Snell can't handle that. I mean, Yamamoto, I think, has done some similar stuff in Japan, maybe in high school or before he got to the MPB or something. Like, I think I've heard things like that before. Like, they'll throw complete games and they'll go out of the bullpen or like back-to-back games. So, like, they probably figured he could handle it in an emergency better than Snell could. So I guess that's why they did it. They didn't do it, but they were going to. Because Klein was at 70 pitches. He maxed out. Yamamoto was throwing the ball serious with intent to pitch in the 18th, but they didn't need him. So I do wonder how that would have looked. Now, since they didn't use him in the game today, they're going to have to wait till game 5 probably. Or is there a situation there? Would they use him tomorrow to try to go for the kill shot since they already got him hot today? And the Dodgers bullpen is going to be decimated tomorrow. So a lot of Klein can't throw. I'm sure there's a bunch of other guys. I'm not going to go through the whole list right now, but everyone can understand what I'm saying. For the Blue Jays, Eric Lauer can't throw. Lauer was lights out. I think he went, what, 4 or 5 scoreless? Like, are you kidding me? In extra innings against, like, a lot of guys that hit lefties well, too. Um, so he's going to be down. So they're both going to need length from the starting pitchers, which they did not get tonight. Tyler Glass now doesn't get out of fifth. Max Scherzer, I think, went, what, 4 1/3? I mean, neither guy gets out of fifth, and they both emptied out their pens. The Dodgers literally used 10 pitchers, so they were down to 3 starters. The Blue Jays, if they got past Little, um, they were going to be down to their last 3 starters as well, because they used Chris Bassett too. They used Bassett and Lauer, so they all emptied out the cards. And the fact the Blue Jays couldn't win that game is a problem because they still don't have the home field. The Dodgers have 2 more games at home, and the Dodgers might close them down in 5. I'll still say Dodgers 6 because I trust the Blue Jays to win a game somewhere, but I don't know. 5 would not shock me right now, unfortunately. But I'll give the Blue Jays the benefit of the doubt. They've been a good team. They've been a tough team. I don't know if they're going to win tomorrow, though. They might win Game 5. Tomorrow's going to be a tall task. But, I mean, they could, I guess. But if Springer's not playing, then they might just lose the next 2 games. Because Springer's basically their second best hitter behind Vladdy. And he's so important to what they do. Well, I guess you could say Kirk maybe, but Springer had the big home run. Yeah, I guess 2, 3. But either way, it's definitely not a good situation for the Blue Jays. I don't know the latest on Springer. I'm not going to check right now because I'm tired. We will be back tomorrow. This is going to be short because I'm literally about to pass out. It's almost 3:30 in the morning. Well, I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I probably did, but sometimes you just got to do a show just to get it out there. Sometimes you're going to have better ones. Sometimes you're going to have emergency ones, and this is definitely in that category. So, if anyone has any questions, I can check Twitter, I guess, before I go. I'll post it on my Snap and Facebook for fun, but I got 2 noties. Let's see. Nah, nothing really cooking, but I'll retweet this later, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, no, 71 people though, not bad for this time of night. Trying to think quick. I guess I'll give some factors tomorrow. I mean, Mookie Betts was horrendous. I can't let him off the hooks. He was really bad. Vladdy could have been better, but he wasn't awful. Obviously, he had his hits and stuff, but you once wanted the big clutch one. Is Boba going to be played tomorrow now because of what happened to the extras? Will they use him more than they planned? I would. I mean, look, the season's on the line. There's down 2 games to 1. If there's no George Springer, Boba got to be in there. I don't care about the restrictions, the workload, or anything. He's got to go. That's it. If he gets hurt, he has the offseason to heal. He's got to be in there tomorrow. He needs to play, at least 8 innings, if not all the game. They can't be doing this rest, stop. It's the World Series. He's got to play. No excuses. So, he's got to be in there tomorrow. Barger's been playing really well defensively and offensively. That's a good thing for them. I think he's a factor still. Varsho was not too good today. They need more from him. But he was good in the beginning of the series. And then Luke's was today. Not the best. Clement was okay. I think he snuck in a hit or 2. But, yeah, they just needed more. And they just didn't get it. That's what it comes down to, honestly. And Jimenez had 1 hit, I think. But, it's just not enough because how, even though through 18 innings, the Fuller 5 runs is not enough. You know how potent the Dodgers offense is. And Betts has to wake up. Teo got it going a little bit. Will Smith had a decent day again. And actually, I think he had he got a runner thrown out, I think, on his first. But I think he had a hit or 2. I guess I'll look at the box score quickly before I go. It's tough to remember everything. Bear with me. So, I mean, I'll do my glance over here. France had 1 pinch hit. Luke's was 1 for 8. Yeah, he was bad. Bichette 2 for 4. He was good. Needs to play more. Varsho was 2 for 6. Okay, a little better than I thought, but nothing crazy, no doubles or anything. And he has some big at bats he didn't convert on. Kirk, great. Homer. Barger, good. And then, well, the pinch ran Barger for Straw. That probably was not the smartest idea looking back on it because they lost 4 at bats for Barger, who's a lot better hitter than Straw is. I forgot about that. Clementa was 1 for 8. He was due to cool down, so yeah, my bad. He was not too good tonight. Jimenez 6 for 1, not the best either. He walks once. Betts 1 for 8, unacceptable. Muncy 0 for 7. Jesus, that is bad. Will Smith was not great, 1 for 6. Then you had Otani, obviously phenomenal, makes history. He hits 2 bombs, he hits 2 doubles, he walks 5 times. Like, what more on to say but the great Shohei Otani? Alex Calkins then gets a hit, like I said, 3 for 1. Teo was solid. He goes 2 for 5, and then he got pinch hit for Rojas for a bunt situation, and you could question that, but Rojas did get the bunt down, but they didn't get him in. So like obviously that was wasted, but they figured it out. I was going through the pitching. Let me see how they could do this tomorrow if they had to. All right, Hoffman threw 33 pitches. You have to assume he's most likely down tomorrow or is only getting an inning. Um, let's see, 40 only threw 14. He's gonna go tomorrow. Varlin only threw 20. They use him every day. He's gonna throw. Dominguez 27. It didn't look too good. I don't know about that. He's able to save. Bassett only threw 8. You know he's gonna be back out there. Why did they only use him for 8? Probably should have pitched more. But Lauer 68. He's down obviously. Little 29 and did not look good. He's probably down too. So I think you'd have like at least 2 guys down for Toronto, maybe 3 if you go towards Hoffman, which is a questionable one, and then Dominguez. So you definitely have Lauer and Little down most likely. So when I go to Toronto, Glasnow obviously and Scherzer don't count what I'm saying because we know they're down. Well, Borowski threw 28, maybe. Klein threw 72, obviously no. Henriquez threw 30, probably not. Sheeran 37, probably not. Kershaw 8, obviously yes. Sasaki 29, I question that one, but like at the same time, what choice do they have? I mean, I feel like they have to, right? So I don't know. Like a lot of those guys I said like squeaking inning in, they're gonna need at least 6 from Otani, maybe 7, because that bullpen is very thin. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be crazy. Like maybe the Blue Jays get off of the mat, and maybe they show. I mean, they did show life, obviously, but not like hitting wise after the extras. But it was a great effort by them again. I mean, they're not done yet. It just doesn't look good. Um, if they get somehow tied up tomorrow, then it's a whole new ball game for them. But I'm gonna go. This was fun, but yeah, I'm about to be sorry. This is tired, but all right, let me get my handles in. I will be back tomorrow. Maybe a guest, maybe not, but in some capacity, I will return tomorrow post game. So thanks everyone that popped in, especially at this hour. So sub to me on YouTube. It's my name. Julian Guilarte show is what I'm on, but like I'm not. I haven't switched my channel name to that yet, but like you'll see once you search the name on the sub. So Instagram is Julian Guilarte 11. X or Twitter is Julian Guilarte 1. TikTok, you search my name, and Facebook, you search my name. Everyone, check out Latino Sports and the World Baseball Network on all social media platforms as well, as I do work on both channels. So, thank you, everyone. This World Series was definitely fun and more eventful than anyone would have thought. Almost approaching 4 in the morning, but wouldn't want it any other way. You know, the show must go on. So, I don't mind it. You know, baseball's coming to an end. We might only have 2 games left. 2 to 4 games left. That's it. I mean, what a wild ride it's been. And then Yankees gotta get absolved tonight because this game was too crazy. It's not about them. So tomorrow maybe I'll get more into that. But yeah, that was not the time tonight. So thanks again, everyone. Have a good one, and I guess I'll catch everyone